Hello, judges. Thank you so much for taking the time on Monday, May 19th to come out and judge the Bullpen Business Pitch Competition. This is Daniel Hoffman. I'm the teacher of entrepreneurship for that class, and I'm excited to have you guys. And I just wanted to create this short video to give you some information on the bullpen. One, to give you some background information about what the bullpen is. Two, to tell you a little bit about the logistics that are going to go on that night and that are going into this. And three, to tell you what your duties are and what we're expecting of you. So first, just a little information about the background. The bullpen is a final assessment for our entrepreneurship class. So students have been working all year on creating a business plan, and they are going to pitch that business concept and that plan to a panel of 3 entrepreneurs from Durham, which is you guys, and they're going to ask for your feedback for their business plan. Two, just to know, our classrooms are 100% inclusive, so we have all 110 to 15 or so juniors presenting on Monday, May 19th. That includes 65 teams presenting. And so you'll get to see the entire gamut of high school performance, everything from really students who are going all out, all in, to students who might be struggling with the class or just taking the class to fulfill a requirement. Where in other schools, this course might be a elective for some students to take if they're interested in it. Here at Voyager, it is a requirement for students to take this class, and it's a graduation requirement. And so you'll get to see that full gamut of student work. And some students are just taking the class honestly to fulfill that requirement and move on, and some students are super gung-ho about it and super into it. But we find that these presentations are meaningful, really meaningful for the students no matter what. They get a lot out of having to show their work publicly to professionals, to adults, when maybe they've only presented their work before to teachers. Now they get to really present to a public audience, and it makes the work real world for them. So it's really meaningful that you're here for it. Having so many students, the logistics for this project is pretty daunting, so please let me know if I've missed anything or if I'm taking some information for granted that you don't know and that you need. Please email me and let me know, because I'm sure that it might be that I'm passing something over. We got 10 or 11 rooms with 6 businesses in each room and 3 entrepreneurs in each room, and it just adds up, and so I might miss something. Just let me know, and I'll get you that information as soon as possible. In terms of the logistics that impact you, please arrive at Voyager Academy by 5:30. Actually, if you can get there before 5:30, even just 5 minutes before 5:30, that'd be great. Our goal is to be finished by 7 o'clock, and to do that, we really got to start right at 5:30. So we're doing this training beforehand, so we get you all the background information so that you just can come in and be ready to go, sit down in your room, and we can start that business presentation right off the bat. So please be there as close to 5:30 as you can, before if you can. If you're going to be late, let me know as soon as possible, and we will put a teacher in your spot for the first couple presentations until you arrive, so that we can fill out that roster. We have teachers on standby, so it's more meaningful if you can be there, obviously, but if we need to put a teacher in your spot, just let us know. Same thing, if you are not going to be able to come, something comes up, just let me know as soon as possible so I can go out and secure another judge for your seat. And yeah, just let me know as soon as possible. So finally, the judge's duties. What are you going to be responsible for as a judge? And those are the things that you really need to know. And so the first thing is we're going to ask that you read over 6 business plan executive summaries. These are 1-page executive summaries, and these will be sent out to you on Tuesday afternoon. We're working on the final pieces of those executive summaries, making them as professional as possible and as readable as possible. And you'll get an email when that goes out it'll have a table in it like this with the people in that room who are judging, so you should see your name here, with the 6 teams who are presenting in your room, and with a link next to those teams to their executive summary. You see some of these, we're still waiting on some of those to come in, the final ones, so we'll wait till Tuesday afternoon, give those students a final chance to get all their work done, get it into you, and have it look great. And when you open those, they'll look a little bit like this. It'll be, this is Josh's. He'll have a note to you thanking you for coming, telling you a little bit what's on that page, and then he'll have some business information that he's done this year that you can take a look at. This isn't the most pressing, most important part of your presentation or a part of their presentation to have you read this. It's just to give you some background knowledge. Obviously, this will be a little bigger, so it's a little more readable when you receive it. But if you can have time to look at it, that's great. We know how busy you are, so if this falls through or you don't have time to look at them before the presentation, that's okay. You'll actually get a paper copy of their executive summaries when you come in to judge. So it's not the end of the world if you can't look at those. We know how busy you are. If you have the time or are interested, go ahead and take a look if you can. When you come in, I'll meet you at the front gate or at the front office and send you to your room. You'll have your room assignment before the night starts as well, but I'll be there to show you to your room. You'll go to report to your room and you'll meet the teacher who's going to be there, and she or he will be in charge of logistics. So they'll be in charge of timing the presentations, introducing the students to you, and also introducing you to the students. So we'll ask that when you get there, you'll fill out a little note card that'll just tell the students an introduction to you. So your name, what company you're involved in, what your entrepreneurial background is, and something fun about yourself, maybe why you're glad to be there. It'll be clearly outlined on that card for you. You can put in some, funny fact about yourself, or it might be to ask for your favorite color or something like that, just so we can have a fun introduction, introduce you guys to the students. Once you're introduced, you'll receive a packet with those 6 printed out executive summaries and 6 rubrics. I've attached an example of the rubric in the email that you're getting with this video. And you'll just watch those presentations and fill out the rubric based on 1, how they presented, their presentation style, 2, their research to back up their business concept, and 3, how viable their business concept is. So you'll fill that out. You don't have to worry about too much the technical details of whether or not they met some business standards or not. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for if they gave a really convincing presentation with some really convincing evidence that their business is viable. And if they've convinced you, that's what matters. So that's what we're looking for from you. It does not have to be, you don't have to have knowledge or an MBA to be able to assess them. We're looking for you to assess them based on really, how convincing they are as a presenter. And then after the presentations, those presentations are 5 minutes long. After those presentations, you're going to get a chance to ask students questions. They have 5 minutes of question and answer. And, at that point, this is probably the most valuable part for students, is to be able to answer questions on the spot, given to them by real-world adults and people in the field, people who have struggled with starting their own business or been entrepreneurs themselves. And we find that that's really the most valuable part. So we ask that you challenge students with tough questions. Try to make them think on the spot there. But also know that it is a 100% inclusive classroom. These students are not coming out of an MBA program. They're they're 16. It's the first time they might be presenting like this to adults outside of their teachers. So if they can't answer a question, you don't need to press it or shut them down. But feel free to challenge them, especially if you feel like they came and they could have been more prepared. We want you to kind of put them on the spot a little bit. I want you to put them on the spot. I want them to feel the heat a little bit. But at the same time, there are a lot of students, most of the students, the vast majority, have put a ton of effort into this. And so being tough but fair in your questioning is what we're looking for. So that's just the kind of quick and dirty for what we're looking for on presentation night. We're really excited to have you. The students are really excited to have you. And I hope you're looking forward to it too. It's going to be a really great and meaningful experience for them, and I hope you get a lot out of it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday, May 19th.